I swear to God, I gained 13, 14 the 5 days I was here.
No, testosterone really doesn't need to be checked if your body's functioning correctly, if you're a 20 or 30 or 40-year-old.
I've been working out for a while now and stopped losing weight. What is happening?
Yes, I'm going to team up with CT. We're going to do the birthday squats again here very shortly, but I got a good one here. This is because of Mona. Go for it.
Billy, how much weight did you gain this trip to HEARN's residence? So I was going to get on the scale earlier. I literally gained, I think yesterday I got on the scale. It was 6 pounds in 3 days. So I swear to God, I gained 13, 14 the 5 days I was here, because that was one of the reasons I came here. I was feeling like when I came the last time, I was kind of a little depressed and something was going haywire. So I came here, put all my weight back on, got all my training back in line, and then was off to the races. And this time I was like 265 or something. When I was 271 yesterday. So it's insane.
Trained harder and gained weight.
It's insane how I gain weight here. It is absolutely unbelievable.
But all he does basically is when he gets here, he just eats my meal schedule. So you can kind of see how little things that could even get better.
Yes.
So here's one. You want to answer this for me?
Testosterone should be checked more often than every 2 years, especially if you may have an issue or on TRT. Mine has been checked every 3 to 6 months.
No, testosterone really doesn't need to be checked if your body's functioning correctly, if you're a 20 or 30 or 40-year-old guy.
PSA,
however, yes. PSA, yes.
Yes.
If you're on TRT, that completely changes the game. So yeah, that's the only thing. Testosterone level for just the average Joe, you probably is working right. Obviously, if you're a guy, you can tell because you got a testosterone meter. And then on top,
you do?
Yes, you do.
I don't have one.
I'll show you one later. But yeah, if you're on TRT, then I would go the opposite of 3 to 6 months. I would make sure that it's every a couple months. Mostly if you have issues. Yeah. I'd make sure to check your blood, and you could go as easy as 4 weeks. I know a lot of guys that get blood drawn every 4 weeks because of the thickening of the blood. So let's not, for anybody on here, let's not give that kind of advice. Okay, let's make sure that everybody's on here is working with a doctor or seeing a doctor.
If you don't think I'm putting hamburgers in between every one of those and eating, you are out of your mind.
Open that and show them.
Yeah. Because the other ones were too small. I'm like, I need like.
The hamburgers are good size.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're doing a full.
Oh.
Dude, I'm not. Hey, do you know, everybody on here, do you know what would happen if Mike were to eat one of these? He would explode.
I'd be asleep in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to probably pass
He'd
out.
explode. I'm going to stick hamburgers in between this, just so you know. This donuts are on my meal plan that Mike made up for me.
We'll do a collab. You and me, Mo. You and me will collab on this.
God, so good. Am I ruining this right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
You guys are good. The only reason I say that, Dave, is because it's a little misinformation, and it just anything like that. I think for me, I feel guilty if I give incorrect information about somebody's health, and so let's leave that to the doctors.
Yeah.
My recommendation is do it more than's recommended. I started colonoscopies 10 years before the doctors say to do it, because my dad passed away because of ego and not checking things. So get things checked. Get things checked, man, and do it before the fact. So that's my thought. But go. All right, here we go. Go KO again. Go for it.
Question. It says Q. I've been working out for a while now and stopped losing weight. What is happening?
What's happening?
Working out to lose weight?
No. Here's the difference between you and Billy.
Question again.
Yeah, it's KO again. KO does this a lot. I don't know why KO. It's because what you're trying to do is you're one of these people, and I love the support that you're here, but at some point you need to do. He's a Hall of Fame wrestler that's always been on TV with an amazing physique, and he asked for help. He didn't say, hey, what do I eat for breakfast? He didn't do that. And that's kind of what you're doing. Ask for help. Go to a trainer, somebody at your gym or somebody. Stop going on lives and trying to ask a simple one question.
Yeah.
You need to get on a program. You need to commit. You need to. The reason why you're plateaued is because all you're doing is asking questions, and your career is going to be short-lived. You're not going to get there.
And there's so much more to what you're talking about than just this simple question. But this
is how KO always asks him. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, and understandably, but it's they're so vague about stuff. You have to asking, hey, do I go to the gym? What's going to happen? There's like I don't know what you want to do, what your goals are, what you want to accomplish. Like that's an all day conversation. It's not a drive by. I don't know. Go swimming.
Yeah, I mean,
go swimming.
You stop dropping weight, eat less food, work out more. KO, you're better than that, bud. Come on, let's actually get going, KO. KO, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little tough love right now for KO, real quick here.
Tough love.
Tough
you're
love.
going.
Yeah. So KO, I am not going to answer any more questions for you on here until you're in the Titan crew. Then I'll answer your questions in the Titan crew. We're done. Until you commit and do some kind of sweat equity, meaning you're investing in yourself to finally make something happen, I'm done with you. Sorry, bud.
Would you prioritize sleep as being an intricate part of a successful plan for weight loss?
Yes.
Yeah. Sleep is for everything.
You guys do understand, right? The hormones for recovery is only released during sleep. Let me say this again. For you to recover, you have to sleep. So those hormones are released to help you recover. Done. I wish I would tell my young self to sleep more, but he hustled. And I
didn't have time to sleep back in the day. I was too busy doing crazy things that were trying to hurt myself.
I hear that. I hear that.
Y'all don't even know how much I needed to hear this. Thank y'all so much. By the way, Billy, if you remember me, it's Joey C from POWW Powell Entertainment.
Why do I know that name?
I probably do. I'm not saying no. Like I'm horrible about. Like I have to see faces.
He doesn't know me and my birthday.
Yeah.
So don't worry, guys. Don't worry about it, man. It'll come to him. It's
oh man, you are real.
Oh, I'm curious how you answer this. I'm gonna have to ask. I'm gonna give you a hard one. Go.
Do you think we'll ever see wrestling as popular as it was Monday Night Raw? Monday Night Raw air? No. Simple in fact, no. Never. Won't happen.
Because
there's the storylines aren't as good. You don't have guys that can get over like the Austins, Rocks, Billy Guns, Undertakers, DX. So they're not, because there's not enough time, and they won't put that much work into one person anymore. The reason the Attitude Era and the Monday Night Wars worked is because everybody was invested in everybody on the card. I didn't care. You weren't there just to see Austin. You were there to see everybody, because everybody you were emotionally attached to. Everybody had an emotional connection to everybody on the card from start to finish. You will not.
So I watch UFC and there's 8 matches or whatever fights.
What are you watching?
And I'm only watching for the second fight or the first fight.
Yeah.
Let me get through the fast forward on this stuff.
Yes.
And the names you were just messaging and talking about, like Kevin Nash and those kind of guys, and that's wow. Every match comes out. There's a superhero for me.
Yes.
That's what I look at.
No,
like,
and
look at this, another. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It won't be that. You don't have the players anymore.
It's so different.
And nobody will get there. Nobody can get that kind of juice anymore. Thoughts. John Cougar Mellencamp, hurt so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Thank you. Don't ever come back on this page again.
Bye-bye.
Simple. What would you recommend on taking a red-eye flight? I have a trip coming up on the plane ride, is 5.5 hours long, and I want to make sure my body is somewhat rested. Drink a ton of water. That is a big thing to help with what's that?
Jet lag.
Jet lag. Jet lag is a big thing. Drink lots of water. Bring healthy snacks, not stuff that'll make you hold water and bloat you with a bunch of sodium in it. Because for some, like I'm saying, just for me, I don't eat anything with salt in it because for some reason it does the opposite effect in the air than it does on the ground. It'll swell me up and everything. But I drink a bunch of water. I will have a protein shake or something just so I don't kind of just eat shitty food on the plane. Not that you're going to get any food on the plane unless you buy like the sandwich bread with a piece of cheese in it or something. Like bring all your stuff that you need to eat in 5.5 hours. That's what I do. Because I fly, it's normally 3-4 hours, but I can't get to my bag because I carry liquids and all my food is checked. So we talked about this. Sometimes if the flight is longer, I put baby rice in protein and that sustains me the entire time. But that's what works for me. Like like the biggest thing is water. Bring water with you because they will not give it to you fast enough. And they're very stingy with it for some reason. I think the stewardesses are buying, or the flight attendants, are buying the water. Ready?
Man,
Is that you flying, Lana? What do you?
I don't believe you should do a red eye. I would rather get to the location and sleep. I wouldn't want to fly overnight.
And how do you know that they can't? That maybe they have to.
I know. I'm just saying, if he did pick that flight, a red eye, I wouldn't do it.
Why?
Just red eyes for me is it takes you out of the turn of the rotation of the earth and the moon and that deep sleep and good sleep. He's going to do this whole thing where he's going to the airport late. I'm going to sleep on the plane, and then he's going to get up and go, that sleep was quality sleep. You don't even get, this is cool though. This is a crazy thing. You guys are not going to know this. Is sleep in a hotel the same sleep that you get in the bed?
No.
Why?
No, because you're not in your bed and you're like the surroundings are a little bit different. You're not comfortable. Like, yes, I'm comfortable in a hotel. It doesn't mean I'm sleeping good there.
It's called fight or flight. That whole concept about how your body reacts, believe it or not, you're in like how dogs rest, they're never asleep. They hear a little noise. So that's actually how you sleep in motels and hotels when you're away from home. There's an actual security in you that you're not so deep. It's a crazy thing. I didn't even know that. And to hear
that's true, because when I'm at home, my wife said a truck could run through my house. And
dude, you can sit right here. But isn't that crazy to think that you think you're sleeping the same in a hotel that you're at home, and it's not even the same quality of sleep.
Yeah, it is not. If you do that a bunch, you'll realize that is not true. Have I ever competed in college sport? Yeah. I used to college rodeo, if that's the same thing. Yeah. I had a bunch of football scholarships, didn't want to do it. I had a rodeo scholarship. Sam Houston State University, went and took that and rode bulls in college and then quit and then went to California. I am sick and I'm still lifting weights, not letting excuses slow myself down. We keep getting stronger and not slowing down. Thank you. Okay, you're just being ludicrous now. That's not what he says. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. It's
the complete opposite of what I say.
Yes. I get where you're trying to go with this.
How old are you?
Chris.
Do you agree?
With what? That's
he's young.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
Assuming he's young.
Oh, yeah.
Chris, how old are you? Will you let us know real quick?
Chris, will you let us know?
Just say, hey, this is Chris. I'm 19 and I'm sick.
I'm 19 and I'm sick and I still lift weights. Okay, that's not a thing, Chris. It's not, because you're really doing more harm to yourself than what you think you're doing.
Are you dieting for a show?
Brother, I hope so. If you're eating fish and potatoes before you go work out. Ugh. Especially in that one set where you throw up in your mouth and it's all codfish. You gotta like that.
Yeah, that's a real cod's a very lean fish,
Yeah.
and potatoes is a very clean carb. And it's a low. It's not a lot of carbohydrates in a potato. Are you eating a 10-ounce potato? So, I mean, okay, if that's working for you, great. But with a name like Goku Black, man, I would be thinking you're having, I don't know, whole eggs, some oatmeal with a shot of orange juice or something, a little Kickstarter. So, my thought.